All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I'm a bit late. I was just trying to sort out the thumbnail. I can work on that later on. It is what it is. Obviously, we had the all-you-can-eat Chelsea maybe about an hour ago. It finished up. So if you guys did miss out on that, do check that out. Just wanted to take a little bit of a breather off the back of that. Wanted to relax, spend some time with family. Now almost everyone's off to bed, and I thought I'll come and have a conversation with you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you guys are doing in the live chat. Some really interesting conversation we had, man, in All You Can Eat Chelsea. I think the one thing that really stuck out for me is that we better hurry up and do some of these things, man, especially the players that need to just leave ASAP. There's too many players that don't want to be around at Chelsea Football Club. There really is. There's just too many players that don't want to be around at Chelsea Football Club. And we just need to be able to get rid of them. We really do. We really do need to get rid of them. Other clubs are bolstering their squad. You know, they've been able to pretty much sort of get to a decision that these are the players that need to go and they're moving on. Like, for instance, Liverpool, they know the players that are going to be leaving. I think some players are leaving for a free and they're gone. They're going to be moving on. We, on the other hand, obviously, N'Golo Kante is going to move on. He was on a free, so he's going to leave. But we have to find a solution as soon as we can, because by the end of this month, we're at 7th of June. By the end of this month, we should have majority of the players that don't want to be at Chelsea Football Club gone. And even if we can announce one or two signings of players coming in, that would be ideal. I can understand if we have to keep one player or maximum two down the track once preseason starts. But I don't want all of these players to come in during preseason or once the season's already kicked off as well. I don't want any excuses. Do you know what I mean? I want Pochettino to have a good, strong, well thought out, well planned preseason. I really don't want Pochettino to have this scrambled preseason and all of these players causing a lot of havoc. They don't really want to put in the hard yards because they don't believe they want to be sticking around at the football club. I need our club to buckle up and get moving. Really get moving. We already missed out on Ugarte. Look, whatever the case was, I don't know. It seems like maybe we might have screwed that up. Maybe PSG paid more money. Whatever the case is, it didn't happen for us. We need to now hurry up. Now, we're going to talk a lot about Caicedo. This is a situation where I feel like we probably need to move on. Like, I'm fed up, actually. Even though I admire the way Brighton play their football, but I'm fed up doing business with these guys. I said, you know what? We should just stop. Stop the pursuit of Caicedo. Just stop. Don't even worry about it. Keep Levi Colwill. Tell Brighton STFU. I was actually going to say out the whole thing. But shut the F up to Brighton, and we keep Colwill. And don't worry about Caicedo. You go and do whatever you want to do with Caicedo. Sell him to whoever you want to sell. Enough doing deals with these brothers, man. Honestly, they're starting to really annoy me, and they're pushing us around. We don't need to be pushed around. Do you know what I mean? They're going to be asking for ridiculous amount of money for Caicedo. Look at the way Liverpool did the business with McAllister. I understand there was a release clause, but 35 million, man. 35 million. So seamlessly done. And then for Caicedo, we're going to have to pay north of 80 million, close to even 100 million. That was said a couple of days ago. I'm fed up. And now they're trying to squeeze out Levi Colwill out of us as well. Do you know what? We keep our player. You keep your player. You find a new home for your player. I'm done dealing with you guys. This is where our scouting team need to go out there and scout for the next player. Let's not beat around the bush with Brighton. It's not going to happen. We're not going to get Caicedo. The level of money that they want is insane. And then on top of that, we don't have any European football to offer. So what sort of wages are we going to, try and give to Caicedo? Who knows? Lavia as well, 50 million for Lavia. From a club that got relegated. These clubs, they take us for a ride, man. It's mad. No one's... Look, as much as I like Lavia, and I do like Lavia a lot, 50 million. 50 million. Man United want to pay 50 million for Mason Mount. 55 million. I get it, Mason Mount on his final year, but this sort of ridiculous situation in the Premier League needs to stop. Southampton just got relegated and they're asking for 50 million for Roméo Lavia. No, you guys can take a hike as well. You guys can take a hike as well, Southampton. See if you can sell Roméo Lavia for 50 million to another club. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt another club is going to come in and pay 50 million for Roméo Lavia. Get stuffed. Get stuffed. Look elsewhere. Look elsewhere. What was our scouting team doing? What was our scouting team doing from January? Wasn't our new scouting team formed roughly around that January period, or I don't know, whenever the scouting, team was formed? I'm pretty sure it was much earlier, right? What have they been doing all this time? Have they not been scouting elsewhere? They said that apparently, we were interested in Ugarte well before Pochettino recommended Ugarte. Well, why didn't we lay the groundwork on this brother then? Why have we left it to such a time where PSG was in the mix? We need to get in on players before anyone else. We need to get in on players before anyone else. This is where our scouting team needs to really level up their game. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. We all know that most players aren't going to leave come 1st July, already preparing for the worst, and the excuses Poch will have when he struggles. I'm not going to listen to any excuses next season. 1st of July, and whenever we announce our squad for pre-season tour, if I start seeing names like Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech and this, that, the other, I'll be so disappointed. I'll be so disappointed. People think, oh, no, the transfer window hasn't even opened. Yeah, of course it hasn't opened. But other teams are getting a move along. We need to hurry up. We need to get it going. We haven't even shipped off a single player as yet. And you have Liverpool getting a here we go. You got all these other, even Brighton got a here we go for João Pedro during the season. We just got to hurry up. Okay? We got to hurry up. And straight away in the live chat, Joe Obina, so negative. The transfer window just opened. Like, these people, man, they just throw the word negativity around just for the sake of negativity. This is not being negative. This is being concerned. You need to understand reality versus negativity. We got to start shaping up quick. Now we, looking into the whole situation with Caicedo. Stop. I say stop. Stop dealing with Brighton. Stop dealing with Brighton. Brighton won, Levi Colwell. They're preparing a 40 million bid. Nah, tell them F off and tell Levi Colwell you are staying 100% with us. And that is it. We don't want Caicedo. You keep Caicedo. You go and sell Caicedo to someone else for 85 million, 90 million, 100 million, whatever you want to sell him for, sell. You ain't selling it to us. Simple as that. Simple as that. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat. I swear it's because it's us. The transfer values of players increased by 40 million. Look at Madrid. They're getting Bellingham for only 120. Yeah, if it was us, you best believe, we're getting someone like Jude Bellingham for about 150 million, if that. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look at the news. And this guy, man. Do you know what, Joe Abinia? We're going to be all right, Miz. No problems, no problems. We're going to be all right. Then just leave the stream, brother. If we're going to be all right, then leave. So I don't know what you're hanging about. I suggest you just leave the stream. You think we're going to be all right? Then why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Trying to give yourself a headache? Leave, brother. Leave for your own best interest. Leave the stream right now and relax yourself somewhere else. Why are you giving yourself a headache if we're going to be all right? Ridiculous, man. Some of these people. This is the latest news, ladies and gentlemen. Brighton somewhat priced Chelsea out of making a move back in January for Moisés Caicedo. True. This is absolutely true. Brighton somewhat priced Chelsea out of making a move back in January for Moisés Caicedo, and we'll be looking to do the same this summer. There you go. We'll be looking to do the same this summer. Chelsea are expected to make a move soon, but Brighton are expected to ask for north of 80 million. This is from Bobby Vincent. Now, here's the thing. Chelsea Football Club, if you are able to get this done, knowing that financial fair play is still looming around, knowing that you need to get players out the door as quickly as possible. If you think that you can do this, then do it. If you think you can do this, then do it. But if you think that you can negotiate with Brighton, or try and see if we can get this down to about 70 million, 60 million, do you know what I mean? See if we can, I don't know what type of wages we're going to offer. We're going to start with, let's say, I don't know, 120K for Caicedo. Stop. Just stop. If that's your aim, then this is not the player for you. Because you best believe Brighton know they've got themselves a big player. He's a huge asset for them. They want to sell him for premium price. Caicedo knows he's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. He knows that. So if we're going to be dilly-dallying around with stupid proposals, then stop. Stop dealing with Brighton. Brighton are toying with us. They literally are toying with us. 80 million. 80 million. I swear none of our players go for 80 million. Do you know what I mean? None of our players go for 80 million. And if you don't have a future for Lewa Colwell, then decide on that factor. Decide on that factor. If you truly think there is no future for Lewa Colwell at Chelsea Football Club, and you want to negotiate with that leverage, then fine, get in on the act and get it done. But if you really think Lewa Colwell has a future at Chelsea Football Club, then that's it. End discussion. Unless you can truly ball out and get Caicedo as well. I'm fed up, man. I'm fed up dealing with these people, man. Brighton are, they're a selling club. They want to get the most out of their prized assets. And we are not in a situation where we can just go out there and just buy willy-nilly anyone. We've done quite a lot of damage in the last two windows. We've spent a lot of money, man. We've spent 600 million. And a lot of the players have not really worked out as yet. So we have to stay patient on them before we can even start thinking about splashing even more. 600 million. And we're potentially looking to spend another 100 million on this brother. That's going to take us to 700 million. Just stop. I say stop. Start looking at João Palhinha if you can. Start negotiating with Fulham and hope that Fulham doesn't take us for a ride as well. Let's see what you guys are looking at, what you guys are saying. We are lazy, looking for already made players. Go scout. There are talents. There are talents out there. Yeah, look, Brighton, they already have the next talent. And Enciso. Brighton already know. They're not worried. They've sold McAllister. They're going to sell Moisés Caicedo. They've got a next big talent, coming up with Enciso, who they're going to sell for 80, 90 million as well. Then they've got that other striker, Evan Ferguson. Brighton are sorted. Brighton moves smart. We need to find players. It's crazy how we can't find players across the world. Because I still want to know why Colwell gets treated like prime Maldini, Fofana, and Gallagher can't even crack it at Chelsea. Look, he doesn't get treated like prime Maldini, but this is not a stupid opinion or a stupid take. A lot of people are in the understanding that this guy is damn good, Marvel. Now, I respect your opinion if you think he's not that good. Me personally, I've said it repeatedly. I don't go around hyping every single Cobham player out there. In fact, I think quite a lot of them are probably not Chelsea quality. But Levi Colwell, you best believe, I, I'm, I'm certain that this guy is top-notch quality, much like Reece James. Many people are in the same understanding like that. So, when you have a lot of people thinking that this guy's going to be a superstar, like there has to be some form of substance to that conversation. Do you know what I mean? Surely, majority of people, there's so many people that watch football. Surely, majority of people can't be getting this particular situation with Colwell so wrong. I'd rather we keep Colwell. I'd rather we not do any dealings with Brighton and let them find. I'm pretty sure Brighton will have no problems in finding a left-sided centre-back. They'll have no problems. Their scouting network is very good. I'd rather we use Santos, mold him, add experienced head in Palhinha or Amrabat. Lavia is just 4 months older than Santos. Why waste the money if they are going to take us for a mick? Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the Lavia. This is the Lavia one. Southampton are likely to ask for around 50 million for Roméo Lavia. It's a good point, Milo. Only 4 months older than Santos, and they want to charge 50 million. I get it. Roméo Lavia now has at least a season's worth of Premier League experience. He's not going to be. He shouldn't be worth 50 million. That's ridiculous. That's outrageous, to be honest. But you know why Southampton's doing this? Because they see Chelsea. They see this big, do you know what I mean, block out there called Chelsea, and their eyes just light up. And they start asking for a lot of money. I say if we can get Roméo Lavia for about 35 million, then fair enough. Yeah, as Shanu said, Lavia is no more than 30. Maximum, I'll go 35 million. A club that just got relegated. I understand there is potential, I fully understand. But there is a lot of inexperience as well. A lot of inexperience. Yet they want to buy our academy players for chicken feed. Yeah. Nah, man. Enough's enough. We need to start operating in a proper manner, man. Club's just taking us for a ride. And we're making mistakes as well. We're screwing up deals. We're taking too long with deals. Our deals are so public. Everyone, every brother out there, every brother, sister out there knows everything about our dealings. Everything. It's too public. Most clubs out there are quite quiet about it, discreet about it. And they get the job done. We, on the other hand, every bit of information. Spin after spin after spin as well. Look at the way the Ugarte situation happened. Oh my God. Record Portugal took us for a ride. and then the French journalists as well then took us for a ride. Later on. All of those Santi Ayuna and this, that, the other. All of these guys. They have so much fun with us. They have too much fun with us. Southampton are likely to ask around 50 million for Roméo Lavia's signature, and Chelsea are considering making a move for the midfielder after conducting extensive scouting sessions on the Belgian at St. Mary's in recent months. Do you know what? At 50 million, not a deal. Not a deal. 50 million. It's not a deal. As Milo said, let's just let's give Andre Santos. Let's look at Caicedo, Cesare Caicedo. Let's give these players an opportunity. If that's the case, let's try and get one more midfielder, minimum, a defensive midfielder, and then let's try and give Andre Santos, Cesare Caicedo, Chukwuemeka as well. Don't forget, let's give Chukwuemeka a solid experience in the Premier League next season. Let's build our players. Let's build our players. Let's actually invest in our players. What we have. Falan, thank you so much for the super chat. We literally bid 50 million for him last season. Yeah, that was mad. That really was. Apparently, we bid for him 50 million last summer when Southampton bought him from Man City. How we bid 50 million on that guy without even touching a Premier League minute? That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. We need to operate. We need to start operating properly. Smoky Football Channel, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Werner, big up, Miz. I hope we get our targets this summer and not repeat mistakes did last summer. If not, probably give some of the current players another chance. Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to get taken for a ride. If we see a deal, let's get it done quick. If you really think you can get Caicedo, then get it done quickly. And then on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, then I see news like this. There were reports on Tuesday afternoon linking Chelsea with exciting Celta Vigo prospect Gabri Veiga, and while he is admired by the club, a source has said the midfielder is not priority signing at the point. Perfect, I like it. But yesterday, Jacob Steinberg coming out and saying, oh, we're looking at Celta Vigo's player Gabri Veiga. Pochettino really likes him. Look, this is probably the profile we don't need right now. We need a defensive midfielder. We need someone who can partner up with Enzo Fernandez. You're looking for an 8. You're looking for sort of like a pseudo 10. You got Nkunku coming up. You've got Chukwuemeka, who can definitely be an 8. You got Cesare Caicedo in under 20s Italian team. Start thinking about giving him minutes. Do you know what I mean? Start thinking about giving him minutes. He apparently had a decent loan spell at Reading as well. And we're looking at this player, Gabri Veiga. Look, I don't know too much about him. A lot of people say he's a very good player. But is this the profile that we need in midfield? Is this a full-on necessity? Obviously, this report over here, which is coming from Bobby Vincent, saying that it's not a priority. Good, it's not a priority. I don't want to see this type of transfers. I want to see proper, thought out, planned out purchases. None of these random stuff. All right? No one needs a Mount replacement at the moment. Mount's leaving because he himself doesn't see, probably minutes under this setup. If Pochettino plays with a 4-2-3-1, for argument's sake, which looks like he will, we'll see what happens in the preseason. Then where does a player like Veiga play? Mind you, with Nkunku coming as well. So we need to be very focused. Get at least one midfielder. If you can get 2, brilliant. But get it quick before 1st of July, so that these players can actually start going towards the preseason tour. I don't want excuses when preseason starts. Oh, we didn't buy our players early enough. They came late in the piece. They didn't have a preseason. And, it's going to take a bit of time to adapt this, that, the other. They're not fully fit yet. They're not match fit yet. No, we don't have time to waste next season. No time to waste. We've wasted. The season that just finished, we wasted enough time. Because this was the season to build our season and we messed it up. We didn't give the players a chance. No, we didn't. We had all these players. We had about 40 players and we didn't we didn't find the time for some of these youngsters. Himanshu, thank you so much for the super chat. Hello, Miz. Are you watching the test match? No, I'm not. But I will keep up with the live score very, very soon. I think India's doing all right. Last I saw or heard someone say that they're doing all right. His thoughts on Madison and Neves 8 and 10 and 640 million max for either, in my opinion. Look, Neves, I think he's got his head towards Barcelona. So I don't want any of these players that he's really looking at Barcelona, and Barcelona is looking to get Neves. So yeah, I don't need to convince players to then come and join us when they've got their head twisted elsewhere. Madison is a good shout. Madison is a good shout, but there is rumors that he's very much linked with Newcastle and and Spurs. So if we can get ourselves into the mix, no problems. I don't mind a Madison. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind a Madison, but with Nkunku, Madison, is that going to be a rotational thing? Because Madison definitely not playing in the pivot with Enzo Fernandez, unless we're looking at playing a 4-3-3 where the three up front with a striker, the two are more inside forwards and the width is coming from the fullbacks. Then I can potentially see Madison playing a midfield on a 4-3-3. I like Madison, but in recent times he's been injury prone as well. Last couple of seasons he has picked up quite a bit of injuries, but he's quality. He's a quality player. He's Premier League proven. He's an absolute quality player. I haven't seen any links as yet. I know Felix Johnston recently has talked about Madison, that it is a player that we could potentially look at. I'd rather look at players like Madison as opposed to Gabri Veiga. I understand a lot of people rate Gabri Veiga, but yeah, let's not dilly-dally around. Let's really not dilly-dally around. M Evolution, thank you so much for the super chat. Chelsea scouts need to do a better job for once. We shouldn't go for big names, as that always goes public by the gems. Then it's down to our coaching team to help turn them into big names. Look, I'd be focusing a lot on Chukwuemeka, man. Like, if Pochettino is not thinking about utilizing Chukwuemeka as much as he can next season, I think that's a mistake. We need to turn Chukwuemeka into a superstar. We've got a gem within our ranks. Chukwuemeka should be in the conversations of being part of our midfield straight away. All of these talks about Madison and Gabri Veiga. You want to give those extra minutes if Nkunku, needs a bit of break. Give it to Chukwuemeka. You want to give some minutes, maybe even a partner for Enzo Fernandez in the pivot. I think Chukwuemeka can be molded into that level of a player. Give some minutes. Use Andre Santos. Use Cesare Casedi. Use these players. They're not bad. We're looking to get Roméo Lavia for 50 million. Roméo Lavia for 50 million. As much as I appreciate him, come on, man. Where's the common sense? Do you know what I mean? Where's the common sense? And this player, ladies and gentlemen, look, I've made my mind up. I say we move on. I honestly say we move on. I say we stop dealing with Brighton and we move on. Brighton's taking us for a joke. Brighton is looking at us and they're laughing at us. They're mocking us. They're thinking, "Oh my God, look at this club. They think they're one of the top clubs in Europe." We've taken them for a ride several times. Brighton's taken us for a ride several times. We've paid, as much as I love Cucurella, and I do, but we did pay overs for Cucurella. Then they screwed us with Graham Potter and all of the backroom stuff. We paid 22 million to release Graham Potter. One of the most expensive managers, price that had to be paid for a manager. And then we gave, Graham Potter a 5-year deal with, 12 million a season. Like, we've screwed ourselves. Enough doing dealings with them. And then they took Levi Colwill on a loan because they wouldn't do the deal for Cucurella then. And now they want to buy Colwill from us. And they also got Billy Gilmore from us for paltry, like 7 or 8 million or 9 million, whatever the case was. Enough doing deals with them. Honestly, enough. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing deals with these guys. Caicedo can go elsewhere. We should just look in in other directions. I can't believe our scouts don't have, with all the different midfielders that are available. Like, this is the market for midfielders. I can't believe that our scouts only have Roméo Lavia and Caicedo as players in their list. Obviously, Ugarte was in the list, and he's gone now. We're gonna take final few more messages before we comments before we wrap things up, because you've said it all. We need to stop acting as like a fool and bending over backwards for these clubs. Bet you Caicedo goes to Arsenal for not more than 65 million, but with Chelsea it's 100 million. Absolutely, I wouldn't put it past it. This guy wanted to go to Arsenal as well in January. He wanted to. He put out a public statement to go to Arsenal. Do you guys remember? This guy literally put out a public statement saying, Brighton, let me go. I want to go. And he wanted to go to Arsenal. He probably wants European football. We don't have that. Himanshu, thank you so much for the super chat. Miz, we should mock Brighton, ask for 60 million for Lewa. Yeah. Ask them. Ask them for 60, 70 million for Lewa Colwell. I saw someone ask for West Ham watch along. Nah, man, I'm going to rest. Have a bit of sleep in, and then obviously do the video later on for the Chelsea news again, wrapping up the day's news. So I'll probably watch it. Just won't be a watch along. We'll definitely have a mega watch along for the Champions League final. So do keep your eyes and ears peeled out for that. It's going to be a classic. It's going to be a mad watch along. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Time for Chelsea to really start waking up. Because we can offer Carnes or Cello for Caicedo, even though it hurts. Keep Colwell, lower fee, and then want both players. Being on Palhinha train for time, though. Caicedo plus another sort our midfield for 10 years. Look, I don't think they want Chalobah. Like, we can throw all of these players, Chalobah, Carney. I don't want to sell Carney Chukwuemeka. I think Carney Chukwuemeka is going to be a superstar for us. I don't want to sell these players to them. Why should we sell these players? Then they go to Brighton, they become superstars, and then Brighton earn all the big money. Why should we do that? We sell Carney Chukwuemeka to Brighton, you best believe Carney Chukwuemeka is going to become a 70, 80 million player. Enough. Keep Carney Chukwuemeka, keep Lewa Colwell, and see if you can negotiate with Caicedo regardless of those players, and see if you can bring that price tag down to about 65 million, maybe max 70. Do you know what I mean? Anything above 70 million, just start looking elsewhere, man. Honestly, start looking elsewhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap things up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for later on UK time to wrap up the day's news. Until then, take care and see ya. Bye. By the way, thank you for 23,000 subscribers. I just clocked that. We got to 23,000 subscribers. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for all the support. Let's now race towards 30,000, man. Let's try and get to that level. It would be sensational to see 30,000. Until then, everyone, take care. See ya.